Hey everybody, my name's Casey Shade. I'm the head track coach at Sioux Falls Roosevelt High School and also the creator and developer of our school speed program here. And what I'm here to talk to you about is why you need to do track and field and the school speed this spring with us starting in March 1st. First, a few things, important notes that I think will really help know about our track program and why you should come out even before we talk anything real training wise is first, no running. Seriously. Say what? Yeah, seriously, no running. Only the distance kids will do running, but it'll mostly be sprint based. We are a sprint based, speed based program. We do not want to do slow distance running. We want to be doing high speed, high intensity training that's going to help you maximize your speed potential. Practice time. Practice time will always be done by 5 o'clock because we want to get in here, get quality work, start at 3:30, and get you out of here so you can get to work or do any of your club activities you maybe have later that night. We also could have days we're completed by 4:15, 4:30. Just kind of depends on the day, the workout session, everything like that. We have a willingness to work with any schedule. We want to turn into I can't do track because I have this on my schedule. We want to turn it into our flexibility to work with you to be able to do track and turn I can't into I can do track because now I can do this. For an example, is we have a student athlete that's going to come for track about 2 days a week because they're balancing. They need to work for their family and support, but there's 2 days a week where they do not work. So they're going to come and do the school speed and track training with us. So if you have work, need to miss practice, have a club game, show choir performance, anything like that, it is perfectly fine to miss practice because we want to balance what you're passionate about along with being involved with us in the track and field program. So, well, no problem. We will work with you because we want you to be a part of our program. The fourth thing is we want to keep you happy, healthy, and hungry. The main thing is we want to make track be the best part of your day. We're not going to get you hurt, and we're going to create that desire to improve through something that you'll see more of that data collection performance that we talk about. We want to continue to see yourself where you're at and continue to want to grow and get better with it. Track holidays. This is something brand new to Roosevelt Track and Field. And basically, it's days off, mostly Fridays. So there won't always be practice every single day of the week. This could be an opportunity. Most people do Fridays because maybe you're leaving for a vacation, you're leaving to go do a club activity, a tournament that weekend that's further away that you got to leave earlier on a Friday for. And sometimes it's just better off for that day for you to rest. This could be an opportunity for you to get more weight room time, kind of anything you're passionate about, or just feel like all the rest of the students here in the building that leave after school, you can leave after school. So we will have an option for you can still practice on those days. Just know it is not mandatory at all. It would just be like if mom and dad are coming in and mom and dad, you know, this is if you have a day off of work, a vacation day, but there's something to do, you can go in and have that opportunity. No weekend practices. The only group that really will meet on weekends is the distance crew, but you do have the option to on a Saturday if you'd like communicate with your coach. You can meet with them as well, but no weekend practices. And you do not need to compete in every meet. Our passion for the Roosevelt Track and Field program and the School of Speed is to help you get faster. I do believe the meets will help you get faster in that competitiveness, competing against other schools, but we want you to be a part of our program, and missing meets is not a problem at all. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, the commitment of doing all the meets. If that's one of the reasons of not coming out for track, don't worry. We're willing to work with you on all that too. And again, we want to do what's best for you. We are main sport focused. What that means is we understand that track, you're probably not coming out for track because it's your main sport. Your main sport you're passionate about might be football. You might be passionate about show choir and marching band and volleyball. We understand that. but we're willing to improve your speed and athletic ability because we want to make you more successful at that main sport. So that's our driven mission, is to help you be better at your main sport or activity. We are club and activity friendly. We are not looking to take away from your club. We're not looking to take away from your activity at all. Instead, we're looking to enhance your ability with that activity and not take away or harm it at all. Also, we are performance based and data driven. About every day or every 2 days of practice, you have the opportunity to run a personal best, or okay, sprint a personal best, or jump a personal best, or throw a personal best, because we data track like everything. So legit, you can get a PR in practice, and you get to compete almost every practice against yourself to see where your growth is. You also get those in meets too, but we're taking that to the next level, that every practice you have the opportunity to better yourselves and see where you started and where you're going. So I'll finish with this before I continue on, is what is your excuse? Honestly, why not do track? You know, we want to improve your abilities. Do you want to improve your abilities for your primary sport or activity? And honestly, more speed, more success, no lie. Uh, Speed is what takes people to the next level, and just in anything, that central nervous cell belt processing information and data and reactions and everything like that. We want to help you go to the next level and improve your abilities. So allow track to help us. Why not do track? How can track and the school of speed help you? That's a great question to ask yourself. And, what's your excuse? Plus, your coaches, your directors, administration, teachers, we all want you out for track. Track is a thing that brings a bunch of people together from different backgrounds for a common goal to improve themselves. If you would like to see our meet and practice schedule at all, you could take your phone out and just do this QR code. I will also put it down in the description as well, the link to this, and you can see when those track holidays are. You can see when those meets are. You can see when we leave and when you're dismissed from school, because that's kind of cool. You can get out of school for some meets, and you can see all that from there. So if you got your phone, you can QR code this and kind of see what our schedule looks like. We start March 1st, and we're done at the end of May, and we only have 3 Saturday meets. So don't feel like, oh, I don't want to go off a track because my weekends are already so busy. I work, or I go down to Kansas City for club soccer or anything like that. Don't worry, you're not missing. We only have 3 Saturday meets, so you still have your weekends available to you. So generally, why is speed important? Why do I need speed? Why is this school of speed thing? Why is track focusing on speed? Why is it important? It's an advantage over your opponents. We've really learned that speed gives self confidence. You fatigue less quickly. You have quicker reactions, better recognition ability, enhanced central nervous system. I mean, that's just a generic of benefits. But what our mission here at the School of Speed and Roosevelt Track and Field is to improve each individual's maximal speed, your acceleration, and your speed extension. Your ability to take that speed and go longer with it. So we want to enhance your big play ability on the field, the court, the course, and the track. Our purpose is that we recognize that speed is a critical skill to take each individual and teams to the next level of competitiveness. And we're going to train that speed to create those opportunities for you and your team to gain the advantages you need to win games, set personal best, be at your top level, and create those highlight reel opportunities. I don't know how many times, if you look at what big plays happen in basketball, in football and soccer, they are coming from the fastest plays in the game. And our objective is through our drills, exercises, and rankings and all that, that will improve your flying 10. We can measure your miles per hour with that. And then also your 40-yard dash along with your track events. If we could take care of those first two, the rest of the stuff is real easy, and it just comes along right with it. So some of our speed workouts, we do a performance warm-up that really primes the body up. It's not long. It only takes about 12 to 15 minutes, and it just really primes your body up, ready to go, works on sprint mechanics, and gets you and just gets you ready to sprint and be injury free from it to get you ready. Um, Testing. So these are just kind of the four main testing that we do with our free lap system. So it's all automatic timing. It's chip timing. Has no handheld. You don't have to worry about Coach Shade's reaction, anything like that. But we do flying tens to measure max speed. 40-yard dash measures our acceleration and our max speed. You get a flying 40 to measure your max speed and extension, and then just to test our acceleration, we do a 5 into a 20. And if you want to see our test results from over the winter, you can do this QR code up here in the corner, and sorry, other way, and you can see those test results. We do ladders. That's just more to stimulate those fast twitch muscle fibers, wake up that central nervous system, and just get the body ready for sprinting. We've had with our winter group, the ladders, yes, they do work on our quickness and all that type of speed, but it also really primes the body up in a healthy way. We do some resistance ladders to help with cutting speed. We do very different approaches to it. But also slow feet don't eat. So we want to get your feet as fast as we can so your legs can go as fast as they can. Wickets is kind of a big workout that we do that really helps the sprint mechanics and helps you more get that powerful knee drive forward and foot forward and push off the ground. And what it is we space out wood blocks or mini hurdles in anywhere from 5 to 7 feet, depending on the ability level and speed of the runner going and the sprinter. And we can do shorter steps, only 6 to 10 of them. We can go longer, 10 to 20, and those wickets make a huge difference. And we do a bunch of different arm motions, airplane, touchdown, behind the head. We even do a pistol one that's really cool. That just really, it makes it fun too. Some of the more of the speed workout stuff we do is cat jumps. Cat jumps is different stuff to be explosive, because the better you jump, the faster you get, just like the faster you get, the better you can be at jumping. So they work hand in hand, so we train both. And really helps that shock absorption. I think about our volleyball players, I think about our basketball players, everything like that is that shock absorption when you hit the ground helps train your shins, your ankles, your knees, your hips, your lower back of how to handle that shock, so you get less of those pain issues, so you can be pain free, or less pain during your main season. Altitude jumps, we start from a jumping position and go down, but standing and short approach, long and triple jumps. But we also do some resistance, as the one guy's going up there, uphill and downhill with over speed training just to work. But it's only about 3 seconds long, so don't feel like, oh, I got to go all the way up to Keene Park over there. It's honestly just the little hill out by the track right behind here, the athletic wing, and we'll do some stair stuff too, but not very long. Short, sweet, powerful, and fast. One of the things I like that correlates with every sport is the reaction starts. We start in different positions, and we just look to get you one step faster. And in any sport, you have to read and react. So that's kind of what we look for in those. When you go to the sprint, it's only about 10 to 30 meters, but we get you in different athletic positions. And it's just like if the ball was kicked by you, you're reading and reacting as a linebacker. You're a volleyball player that needs to react off of a spike to get the dig. We're looking to make that faster. So misconceptions. So what you need to know. These are some myths about speed and all that, of why somebody maybe wouldn't come out for track. Maybe they just don't know. So I just wanted to share that with you guys as we get going. But one of those misconceptions is speed is just natural ability and determined, at when you're born. Um, yes, but no, it's totally false. Yeah, some of us just have more natural ability than anybody else. Everybody's different, but we can practice that speed of skill. Just like becoming faster, and how we correlate that with like becoming a better shooter in basketball, becoming a better server in volleyball, becoming a better route runner in football, and being a better reader in the classroom. We can do the same thing with sprinting. So the more we teach it, the more we work with it, we can help you learn to be a better sprinter and become above and beyond of just your natural ability. We want to enhance that. Misconception 2 is the weight room is how you get faster. Okay. The weight room is a part of it. It is an aid, but it is not the sole reason that makes you faster. Sprinting and speed training makes you faster. The weight room helps and it correlates, it helps, but it does not truly make you faster. It is an aid, it helps you, but it does not truly train speed. To get faster, you must sprint. And that talks about it a little more. And a great example is if I want to be a better shooter in basketball, this is the best thing. If I want to be a better shooter in basketball, what do I need to practice? I need to practice shooting. I wouldn't practice dribbling to be a better shooter. And that's kind of the weight room thing. Now, being a better dribbler and have a better ball handling and everything like that will aid in me being a shooter. It'll aid, it'll help, but it still doesn't replace shooting. Just like if you want to be faster and be faster, you need to do sprinting and speed training drills to get faster, but the weight room definitely aids that. So don't think the weight room has nothing to do with it. No, it's a part of it, but you have to be sprinting and you have to be doing speed training, even for reaction stuff, even to get one step faster. Misconception 3 is that speed is not important in my sport. It doesn't determine playing time or getting a college scholarship. Wow, totally false. I've never, ever, ever heard a coach, a high school coach, or a college coach go, wow, that person is just way too fast, sprints too fast, has too much speed, is too athletic. Have never heard it. So we want to give you that competitive advantage. Speed can give you that in every single sport. It could make the difference between winning and losing. It could make the difference between you getting a college scholarship versus somebody else. The one thing we want to do is we want to set you apart. And here's just some examples like stealing a base to getting a scoring position, a huge sack in football, a fast break and layup in basketball, out kicking an opponent in the finish line in cross country. That critical dig in volleyball. One quick faster and a reaction because of that central nervous system enhancing processing ability and being one step quicker gives you that critical rate. Plus, your speed is what sets you apart. Always in the next level, most of those people, when they're better than you are, is because they are probably faster. Everybody does a great job of training strength and training skill. But what sets people apart is that speed. And we can use that through flying 10, 40s, 100-meter time to prove it. So we can give you hard data in how you're improving your speed, and it could be the difference from that college scholarship perspective that when comparing you versus an athlete that they're looking to give a scholarship to, it could set the difference apart because you have that verified speed. Like I said, it gives that ammunition for your coach. So whether it's your soccer coach, your volleyball coach, or anything like that, when a college comes to talk to them about maybe if you want to go do that and talks to them about you, they have data and an ammunition to give that coach of why you deserve that spot. Misconception number 4 is linemen, post players in basketball, throwers, volleyball players don't need speed. Speed's not important. I need power. I need that type of stuff. But false. Speed isn't only sprinting longer distance, but it's reaction time, acceleration, explosiveness, momentum. The faster you are, the more momentum you can get. If you want to get up more around the net and the rim in basketball or in volleyball, it's a critical part of it. So there's no substitution for speed. And the faster you get, it just more benefits you. And a lot of people think speed training, sprint training, it'll get me hurt. That's false. The only reason you get hurt from speed or sprint training is you're not prepared for it. And a lot of times that's when your season starts. And we do a proper warm up and we get your body ready to go so it can sprint. You get by no sprinting to going fast is how you raise that likelihood of injury. Now we bring you along and we prep your body to be fast. Your body in a perfect world should feel fast all year, and be ready to go. Plus, we're here to keep you happy and healthy. Our goal is to never get you hurt. So you can perform at our practices, you can go to your club team and perform. You can go home at night and have the energy you need to do homework, to go to show choir practice and everything like that. Max speed doesn't matter. So max speed is what we do with flying tens. We measure your max miles per hour. It does. Max speed matters. It's critical to develop what's called speed reserve. And what I mean by speed reserve is it gives you a higher potential to go higher speeds throughout your competition, race, or game. And what I mean by that is the greatest example of that I could find. An athlete who can go, or a person that can go 20 miles per hour versus someone who can only go 18 miles per hour. When the opportunity comes for that person to either have a big kick, to have a big run, maybe a kick return in football, to go make that critical dig or to get in position to make that critical spike in volleyball, to get that steal in basketball, to score that soccer goal, and to get to the ball, that 20-mile-per-hour person, if they just need to go 17 miles per hour for that to happen, that's a 3-mile-per-hour difference. The body's going to handle that way more easily versus somebody who can only go 18 miles per hour can have the hardest time getting to 17 miles per hour because it's only 1 mile per hour off, no matter how conditioned they are. Excuse me. To get to that point. All right, so how track, we're going to go through now more how track helps each activity. We're going to go through show choir, band, volleyball, soccer, gymnastics, football, basketball, and wrestling, and then baseball. Down below in the description, if you want to skip ahead to your sport so you don't have to hear Coach Shade talk about each one of these. So if you're a wrestler and you don't want to hear me talk about the other ones, that's perfectly fine. You can skip ahead. Look down below in the description for the time to go forward in the video to see when your activity starts. Please, 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 though, after you're done with your activity, go towards the end of the video and see the QR code of how to get signed up for track through our website. But thanks for listening to everything else. And here is how how track and speed training can help you with each one of these activities. So band and show choir, you get that enhanced lung capacity. Now, why is that important? That conditioning part of that. Well, think about it. You'll be able to hold longer notes and sustain a high level of performance throughout your practice, your competitions, and those performances. So we want that to help you. So allow us to help you to have that enhanced lung capacity. Control. You have to have control, whether it's breathing, nerves, pacing, when you are sprinting and track. And just if you decide to be more of a distance runner, you have to learn pacing. It's the same thing about controlling pace and pitch and breathing when you're singing or playing an instrument. So the more control you have, the higher level you can perform in band or show choir. Processing speed. So enhance central nervous system. So we enhance your central nervous system through sprint training, through speed training. What that does is it helps you with information processing, motor control, sensory output. So when you learn a new routine, you learn a new performance, you can learn that quicker and a higher level so you're able to practice that more quickly. And so when you come to competition and your performances, your level just goes up. Lesson fatigue. Tracks gives you the conditioning needed to lessen fatigue. So when you get to the end of marching band practice, you are still in condition to perform at your best, especially in those long competitions. I think about when band and show choir are going, those are long nights, and we want to help you with that too. Competitive edge. I want to see our band and our show choir kids how competitive you guys are. And I believe you're some of the most competitive in the school. And track will give us the data of how you can compete against all of our athletic groups here if you're not part of an athletic team. The one thing I will guarantee, if you come out, and I'll measure this, I'll measure out each activity and how they do, I will get to see, and I guarantee the band and show choir will have the highest growth from the beginning of the season to the end. I guarantee it. But you got to come do that and show what you guys are made of. And I think you'll do amazing things. So that is our band and show choir. All right, we have volleyball players. An example I put up here was Destiny Hooker. She's a volleyball player, plays indoor professional volleyball player with the Texas Longhorns. She actually high jumped 6'6", and you know She understood that track was important to her. She had a passion for it, but she knew that it aided in her volleyball to be more of an athlete. So with volleyball, how can it help? That reaction and speed ability, to get that critical dig, to get that critical set, that enhanced central nervous system can really help with that reaction and get you one step faster to make that dig, to make that set, to make that critical spike. Jump higher. Who doesn't want to get up around the net more to make critical blocks and to get big spikes? You kind of need that explosiveness that you get from high jump, that you get from long jump, and you'll get from max sprinting to be able to do that more. Now, yes, the weight room does help with that, but there's nothing that simulates the way you move in those activities that can truly help you for that, getting up around the net higher. Spike and serve speed. There is one unique event that has come to South Dakota to do. That is the javelin. So a lot like you're serving, the javelin is very similar and can train those muscles to be stronger, but can also get them to fire faster, and so you can be more powerful with those. And last but not least, injury prevention. Volleyball, you guys have a lot of jumping and landing. So knee pain, shin pain, foot pain, lower back pain. Through sprinting and jump training, your body will learn better shock absorption in different types of movements, especially our cat jump series. Help your body and legs learn how to handle more landings, especially after spikes at the net. So this would hopefully lead to less pain, less injuries during your volleyball season. Soccer players. I put Macy Haggerty up here. She competed for us last year. It was her first year, and she truly enjoyed it. She was the Gatorade Soccer Player of the Year and is now continuing her soccer career at Augie. Speed reserve and speed endurance. I kind of talked about this a little bit before, but it gives you that capability to have a higher speed throughout your game. To move at a slower speed at a higher efficiency, but be able to be at a faster speed compared to your components when you need it. Your body will fatigue less, allowing you more opportunities to create big plays on the offensive defensive end. Greater speed with the ball. And I understand you need the soccer skills to be good with the ball, the soccer dribbling, the soccer passing, and everything like that. But as being a soccer player, the faster you can be, the faster you can perform those skills that you learn, which the faster you get, the more desired positions you can get yourself to score goals around the defenders. Speed without the ball. This is maybe my favorite thing is you as an offensive player to get behind defenders, to get past defenders, to get the ball before defenders, it's going to highly increase your goal opportunity. Versus the defenders getting to the ball, they're going to knock it away. Your goal opportunity is just going to go down. And you also need the speed to be on the defensive end to be getting the ball to avoid the other team scoring goals. So we want to give you that best chance, and only speed can do that. So getting to the ball faster than your opponent, whether it's on the offensive side or defensive side, can be critical towards scoring goals and towards, stopping goals. One more thing about soccer. And you can see Alex up there ran a pretty dang fast 100 time at 14 years old, and there's his 40 time as well. And those numbers just helped him. I mean, it set him aside to be the next level of soccer player. But with soccer, there's a study done where they took 3 of the best soccer players from various teams, and here's the result: is you go 9 to 10 miles per game. So why not come up for track, enhance yourself, your athletic ability, your endurance, your speed reserve, because you're gonna have to be moving that much around the game. Now I understand 85% of it is at a slower pace. It's at a slower pace. It's 50% of your max speed. And 2% is at 75% or higher of your max speed. Near max speed is 75% of it. So you think about that 20-mile-per-hour example, you're probably going around that 16, 17 miles per hour for just that 2%. But here's the coolest fact. 93% of goals are scored at that 75% or higher of max speed. So the faster players, the faster plays are what score the goals in soccer. So If that's what scores the most goals, college coaches, they're looking for fast and explosive players because they have the physical traits needed to increase goal opportunities. So come out for track, come do our school speed program so we can have measured numbers that your high school coaches can determine playing time for you. Maybe it'll help you get more on the field, but also it's something they can share with those college recruiters that can set you apart. And then also, what track will give you is that speed endurance to be at your best all game long. All right, gymnastics. Christina up there was a level 10 gymnastics, and she really said that her track career helped her with her gymnastics career, and she actually took off and went to be a collegiate track athlete. So, but she said it aided her gymnastics a whole bunch, like approach speed with the vault. The faster you can go down the runway for vault, the more complex routines you can have, which raises for higher scores. Shock absorption, a lot of gymnastics is landing. And through our jump series and everything like that, especially the cat jumps, it can teach your body and legs to handle that shock more. Mental focus. This is maybe one of my favorite ones of all the sports to talk about. We understand that gymnastics takes a ton of mental focus. So does track. To perform at your best and run high, fast level times, you have to be on your A game. So track can sharpen that mental performance to be at the top of your game. And you can have the same thing in gymnastics this next winter. Explosiveness. If you want to be more better at the vault and you want to be better at the floor, you have to have more explosiveness to raise your potential scores. So to be able to jump higher, be more explosive at that, and that max sprinting, that can just help with that. And then just overall strength. It's another way for you to train to get stronger. So when you're in the gymnastics, the next winter, you can be a stronger and have edge over your competitors. All right, football players. Some examples there is Tyreek Hill, who plays for the Chiefs now. He ran all throughout his collegiate career. And then Adrian Peterson, there's his numbers. A lot of people will recognize him for playing for the Vikings back, but being at Oklahoma too before that. And there's their track times. But verified speed is huge in football because the more you improve your 40-yard dash, it's a huge combine number. It's what these colleges are looking for. There's a reason the NFL Scott combine does the 40-yard dash. It's important to them. So you come out with our automatic timing system, our free lap system. We get your 40-yard dash time faster. You're able to have more tools for those college recruiters. Plus, they know what fast 100 and 200 and 400 times are. Prove your speed to your high school coach and also get looks from college recruiters just from having a number. If you don't have one or you don't have a very good one, you have a chance of getting passed by, whether it's your high school coach or anything like that. Plus, you might look like the fastest kid on the football field, but until we truly get a number on it, then we can prove it. We get better off the line and ball speed and acceleration. A lot of times people say in football it's one on the first two steps. Well, why not make your reaction better to be better than the opponent across from you? Well, get that first step advantage. Acceleration, explosiveness. Through our sprints, jumps, and throws, you can reach a topper speed sooner and be more powerful in the first 1 to 2 seconds of a play. Gain that momentum speed. Down on the bottom, you can see Bo Jackson there, and he actually ran indoor track. So that's a 60-yard time. That's a hurdle time by his. And then high jump, 6'8". Explosiveness. Long jump, 22 feet, 6.5 inches. The guy on the left, that is Nate Gary. He's a Sioux Falls kid, competed at Sioux Falls, Washington. And ended up going to the Nebraska Cornhuskers. And after that, went to the Philadelphia Eagles and actually won the Super Bowl with him. Now, what took Nate Gary's, that's his brother Matt, but what took his career off was when he posted that 100 time. That's when the colleges really came looking once they saw him run fast. He verified his speed. He looks the part of a guy, but he verified his speed, and that's what the coaches saw in it. And if he's not as fast, who's to say he goes to Nebraska? Who's to say he gets an NFL opportunity? If he doesn't get an NFL opportunity, he doesn't win a Super Bowl. So give yourself opportunities to get on the football field and everything like that, and to take it to the next level with enhanced speed training. That faster top end speed. As defensive players, and I know Coach Vlachis would say this, you get to the ball sooner and results in less first downs and touchdowns. The less the other team score, the higher probability is win. Maybe they don't even score. Running backs and wide receivers create separations from defenders. If you're a wide receiver, it gives you that separation to get away from the defensive back, creates openings, gets you open. Running backs creates that separation away from defenders, whether you're running the ball to get away and get into space, or also just get open in passing situations and get more momentum to make that big hit or block. You're not going to get a big hit or block usually in your first step, but if the more momentum you can get in those steps after that, the bigger, higher potential you have, and that comes from speed. As a quarterback, can improve your scrambling ability and improve footwork, especially the offensive lineman, your cutting ability, vertical. We work on that stuff. The throws work on footwork for offensive lineman, defensive line like crazy. So overall confidence. If you're faster than the guy across from you, his time versus your confidence is to go up the roof. I was a defensive back at Sioux Falls, Washington, and I played as a sophomore and I started as a junior and senior. And when I lined up across the wide receiver and I was the fastest guy on the field, my confidence was sky high. But if it was a guy who was pretty equal speed with me, I go, okay, I can't make a mistake here. Now, and when I was getting wide receiver reps, I knew I was faster defensive back. I'm like, okay, I'm going to create separation. I'm going to get the ball here. So you can have total confidence. And your quarterback's going to have confidence, or the quarterback you're going against is going to have less confidence to throw the ball your way because of your speed. Plus, it displays your athletic ability and dedication. You can show your high school coach your ability to sprint, jump, and throw, and your work ethic. You're more likely going to get on the football field. But also, colleges come to watch guys run, and they come to watch you in track. So it could help you win over a coach, not only our high school coaches, and we have a lot of them on our track staff, but it could be the difference of a college throwing a scholarship offer your way. Basketball players, Wilt Chamberlain down there. Yeah, he ran some impressive times back in the day for a big guy, and threw the shot put and high jumped. Ran the 100, the 400, and 8. And Steve Nash, not a lot of people, everybody thinks about him and his passing ability and all that, but he ran track too and ran a pretty impressive 800. Jump higher in basketball, rebounding, uh, get up around the rim more for layups so you don't get blocked or dunking it. That max speed can give you enhanced vertical and momentum to get up around the rim. And plus, our jumping can give you more pop in your step. Defensive quickness and fast break speed. So if you're able to get down the court more, you have higher potential to score baskets on fast break, but more than anything, too, defensively, reaction, first step, be quicker. You can be more of a defensive threat and stop your opponent from scoring. All right, basketball players continue. Tyler Howard down there. Tyler Howard was a former Roosevelt Rough Rider. He actually has the school record for most free throws, and he was a first team in 2013, his senior year. He has the school record in the triple jump and long jump. He is number 2 in our school history. It gives you that measured mark. So, like Tyler here has measured marks. We track everything you do from your flying 10 to maybe a high jump or a long jump, and it just gives you more verification on what you can do to your high school coach, but also to a college coach. It can verify that you might look like the fastest person on the court, but is it more that your competition you're going against? Or you might look like you're the person who can jump the highest on the court, but when you have those verified marks, it's going to set you apart. Durability. So shock absorption is a big thing. Basketball seems to have ankle, foot injuries. You do a lot of jumping, a lot of landing. Track with especially using the ground forces. Sprinting can help with that. But our cat jump and jump series can help teach your body how to better shock absorption by doing those different movements. All right, wrestling. Enhanced quickness. And Carter Lord down there was super quick. He was also our school record holder in the pole vault. And then Antonio Thompson, he threw the shot put, triple jump, and was actually a 110 hurler. And that quickness and explosiveness, which I'll talk about here soon, was critical to him. I mean, look at that. He was a state champion, too. He was also a fantastic football player. But basically with enhanced quickness is be quicker than your opponent to get more takedowns, to get more escapes, enhance your ability to score more points in the wrestling match by just being quicker than your opponent. Explosiveness. So quickness is a little bit different. That's about your speed and quickness around. But now that jumping and sprint training will do and give you that momentum to be explosive, to get more takedowns on the mats, to get those higher point values. Also, improved endurance. When you get to that third round and you just got to outgrind that outgrind that opponent across from you. The more from our repetitions, from our acidosis training, from anaerobic training, you'll gain an endurance advantage over the course of the match, especially in that third round over your opponent. And then the competitive advantage. In wrestling, it's one versus one. In track, we can train your competitiveness because in track, it's versus everybody. There's no weight class, there's no age, anything like that. You just got to compete against everybody in your heat and everybody in the other heats and try to overwhelm them at times. Like I think about the last 400 or last 100 meters of a 400 is like the last round of a wrestling match. It's who wants it more. So let's let track come out for track at the school speed so we can train that competitiveness so you can get the edge on the wrestling mat next winter. All right, baseball. Now I understand baseball is during the track season, but we will work with your schedule, and if there's times you don't have games or can come to practice or just come to meet, we'll get you in and work on that speed because base running speed becomes critical. Turn singles into doubles, turn doubles into triples, get stolen bases. Basically, score runs more, higher potential. Fielding speed, get to the ball quicker to get more outs. Explosiveness. So speed training gets you that more explosiveness so you can throw the ball further, hit it harder, and everything like that. You can learn that through max speed. So we want to train that too. Processing speed. And what I mean by processing speed is we're training that central nervous system to read and react. A ball is hit or a ball is pitched to you. You have the ability to quicker react to it to get a hit. Recognize a fastball versus a curveball. I know sometimes that takes repetitions, but we can enhance your brain to work at a faster speeds to help you with that. All right, so that's the end of my presentation. And if you have any questions or need more information, you reach out to me. You can call me, you can text me. Sorry if I don't answer my phone all the time. Sometimes it's easier to shoot me a quick text if I'm doing stuff with my kids. But otherwise, you can send me an email. The QR code here will actually take you to our website on the homepage right on the bottom. There is the sign up for track. Also, the website has other things too. I'm adding more to it. It's track, school speed, and cross country all together. And lastly, I'll end with is why not set yourself apart? Why not enhance your athletic ability? Why not enhance your speed? Because it's such a critical skill, and ask yourself, how can track help you? If I was in your shoes, how can track help me? If you even have one reason, why not do it? Especially with our flexibility. And if you're a parent watching this, um, and if you want your kid to go to the next level, is track is there for you, and we're here to help you. So remember, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me. And if you feel free to go back and review this video, share this video with anybody that you think needs to be out for track that we can help their speed and athletic ability as well. So thanks, everybody. I appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day.